Hey there, Aries. Welcome to your reading for the week of December 25th. We're just going to jump right in here, Aries, and see what is going on for you. You have this spider card and this black egg card, and, this makes a lot of sense. This black egg card is a card of kind of like a karmic completion or completing part of your story. The spider is about telling a new story. With spiders, we say, weaving a web, which is also another way of saying, kind of telling a story, right? And so, I feel for a lot of you that there is like a new change or a change coming in for you. You cannot look at this. Are you kidding me? You cannot I've never seen that happen where both oracle cards have like spiders or something like that. So that's pretty weird. But what I would say is it makes a lot of sense for you, Aries. I think that there's some really big new beginnings coming in for you, or there's like some really positive changes coming in for you in general in your life. These are things that you're going to have to work on. And look, you have this card that says believe in the impossible. I feel like I say that to you all the time. There's definitely something, I feel like the recipe for success is very simple for you, Aries. I feel like you need to look at what you've built so far in your life. And then I feel like you need to look at what you want to build in your life. And then from there, I feel like you need to realize like that you've already done something harder. And it's almost like you're saying to yourself that what you want to do is going to be hard. But I feel like what you've already done is like way harder than what you're about to do, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. It's still going to be work, obviously. But, it's almost like you need to realize that it's almost like the universe is trying to say, like, what you've already accomplished in your life, no matter how big or small, is proof that what you're about to do is going to work. I hope that makes sense. But that's like literally what's popping into my head here. So, I hope that makes you feel confident. You literally go from the Fool to the Three of Wands. Three of Wands is showing up in the area of the good stuff, and again, to me, that is very positive. Normally with the Three of Wands, I say, like, what are you waiting for, right? But coming up in the area of the good stuff, that would tell me that you are going to take the leap of faith, which is awesome. You have the King of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, and the Page of Cups here. And sorry, I tweaked my neck last night, and trying to move, it's like it keeps pinching my neck for whatever reason. But anyway, so bear with me. I might look a little stiff in this reading, but you have the King of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles is about stabilizing your finances. There is like a connection to new beginnings and finances for you, Aries. So you might be like wondering, you might be thinking like, how can I have a new beginning and but when I don't have the finances, or how can I get the finances? So there is something about that there. It's kind of funny also because maybe it's not funny to you, but what I would say is I feel like some of you with that Fool to the Three of Wands, it's like you are looking for a new beginning, but it's like just like a little bit out of reach. Like maybe you want to move and, it's like I have weird things popping into my head. Maybe you want to buy a house, for example, and it's like what's available is either like too cheap and like not good enough, or too expensive. It's like I see someone like in my head, you looking for something that's like just right. Didn't I say this to you recently? I'm pretty sure I did. It's almost like you're trying to find that Goldilocks zone. You're trying to find something that is just right. But I also feel like the universe is saying that this place that is just right is just right. So don't be afraid to explore is what I feel that Three of Wands is saying. I really feel the Three of Wands. Like every once in a while when I read, I see a card as the most important card in your reading, right? And to me, the most important card here is that Three of Wands. I feel like it's saying there's a place that's just right for you where you will have victories. And this doesn't have to be a move. I'm just using that as an example. You could be looking for a job. You could be looking for a new relationship. Clearly, there's new love here because you have the Page of Cups. It could be a secret admirer, or just could be, and you have the Lovers as well. Could be a Taurus for sure, or an Earth sign in general. Could be any sign, general reading, but again, I feel there's like something that's just right for you. You have the Page of Cups, which again, the Page of Cups could be a dream or something that you're dreaming of. So let's see what is going on for you. I'm clarifying with the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, by the way. So with the King of Pentacles, you have the Pisces card, the Vision card. Everybody's been getting this card, and I do feel our vision is very important. What we focus on, what we aim at, the goal that we work towards is very important. You go down to the sun. And the sun it's very important with the sun that we move towards our attention. It's kind of like a hard thing to describe, but I think maybe an easier way to put it is to move towards our heart. I really believe we're in a heart-based time. I believe that everyone needs to move towards their heart right now, whatever your heart is telling you, not necessarily what your head is telling you. And again, no, that does not mean that you should ignore your head either. I think balance is better, right? But what I would say is that your vision is important. And look, there is a sun, on the back of that card there. So you need to maintain your vision, whatever that means for you. With the Six of Wands, you have the Seduction card. Yeah, I do feel you are very attractive at this time. You end with the Queen of Wands. And so the Queen of Wands, is a card of seduction as well. Could definitely be attracting someone into your life. With the Page of Cups, you have the Status card. I do feel if you're attracting love, this is like something much better. It's kind of funny because you have the Ten of Wands and the Four of Cups here to the Fool, and so it looks to me like you are taking a risk on a person. You have two Taurus cards here, King of Pentacles and Jupiter and Taurus right here with this Status card. We have Jupiter and Taurus right now, so I kind of feel that whenever I get these astrology cards like this, that where the astrology matches up with what's going on, sometimes I feel it's saying like, oh, you're gonna meet a person during Jupiter and Taurus. So again, if you're looking for love, definitely could be meeting a person at this time. So it might not be a Taurus. It could just be that you are meeting a person during Jupiter and Taurus. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have a Spider. Again, you have a Spider twice, basically. It says, be meticulous, be patient. I would add on to this, tell the story that you want to live. Don't start speaking, bad things into existence. Focus on the positive. And you can't, here you go. Are you kidding? This card says, choose your words carefully. Yes, you definitely need to watch your words at this time. Aries, I didn't even see that on that card. And, that makes perfect sense based off of this reading. That is crazy. But what I would say here is I definitely get that feeling from this reading that your words are spells right now. So, I think that it's really important that you speak positivity into the world and into your life in general. You have the Nine of Cups, Ten of Wands, Four of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. Nine of Cups is like some sort of wish fulfillment. Really the Nine of Cups is about bathing in an energy of something that you desire to have in your life. And, so you need to match energy with the Nine of Cups, which again makes sense with watching your words as well. You have the Ten of Wands and the Four of Cups. So again, I feel that there have been a lot of burdens and challenges. I kind of said this at the beginning of your reading, that there may or have been a lot of things that have been holding you back, or, maybe you feel like they've been keeping you stuck or whatever the case may be. So, I feel a lot of you have been dealing with that stuff. And have dealt with a lot of disappointments, and I feel like now there are more successes coming in for you, but you have to see those things. I also feel that, really putting things in perspective will be very powerful for you. I knew that there was going to be something about perspective in your reading, and you have the Hangman, which is literally the card of seeing things from a new perspective. And so what I want to show you here is that the Knight of Swords is running towards the past, but instead of running away from something here, Aries, I kind of feel like this is something that you want to build or create in your life. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. I feel like the Knight of Swords is saying, you're going to get to a point where maybe you feel like you're going to run away, You're going to get to a point where maybe you feel like it's too much work, or you don't know what to do. And I feel if you could just see a new perspective, it's like saying right here, if you could just see things from a new perspective, you will expand the situation. With the Nine of Cups, you have this Impulsiveness card. It's actually a good card, and you can see here that there's this lucky horseshoe up here. So I do feel that there could be a lot of luck coming in for you, or you're changing your luck. With the Four of Cups and the Ten of Wands, you have this Organization card. I feel like you're trying to get organized. I do feel like there are a lot of moving parts in your life next year, especially. It makes perfect sense to me. I think that we're, I say it all the time, that we're entering into a time of chaos. Energy is going to be chaotic. I always encourage people that does not mean you should be freaking out and all this other stuff. It means that you should be staying as organized as you possibly can, simplifying, making things in your life more efficient. All that stuff will just make you more successful. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Affair card. Definitely could be love coming in for you. This is not a bad affair, like a cheating affair. This is a true love, true love affair. So it's not like cheating or anything like that. Like I said, definitely a solid connection. Could also be an air sign as well. Could be any sign, general reading, but, air stands out to me. Next, in the area of what's coming towards you, you have this card that says believe in the impossible, like we said. You have this card that says balance spirituality and practicality. So, like I said, also, I said this earlier, that I feel like you need to balance your kind of logical mind with your intuitive mind and mix the two things together. It's, I just said this to someone else in someone else's reading. I can't remember who it was, but, I think that there's too much this or that thinking when it's like really both are better. It's like use your intuition and your logic. Like, why can't you mix those things together? It's, it's like the same way I feel about people who always like talk about getting rid of the ego. It's like, well, we actually need ego to survive. So instead of thinking, how do I get rid of this? It's like you should be thinking, how can I conquer my ego? How can I use it to my advantage? How can I, make sure that I don't do bad things with it, and all that other stuff. So it's not about kind of elimination. It's not about eliminating the ego, which I think is impossible to do anyway. We're human beings. We are like meant to have an ego. Literally, if we didn't, we would just get steamrolled by everyone who does, right? So it's like, I think it's better to have a tamed ego, like the strength card, right? And so I kind of feel that I don't know why I'm babbling on about this, Aries, but what I would say is that you could be doing a lot of things like that. You could be mixing a lot of ideas together, and I see a lot of success if you do that. You have the Fool, the Hangman, and the Sun card. The Fool is about taking a leap of faith or needing to take some sort of leap of faith in your life, but I feel like you are. It's almost not even worth talking about because you have that Three of Wands there. And so that Three of Wands tells me that you are going to take a leap of faith towards something, bigger and better in your life, or something that's going to lead to a lot of success for you. It's like you're over-prepared as well. The thing about the Fool is that he's about to go through the entire major arcana, and he has this tiny little sack on his back. And so it says that he has everything he needs right between his two ears. So it kind of says that you have everything you need right here. Everything you need to be successful, everything you need to overcome challenges and all that other stuff. You can easily do it. You have the Hangman here, so again, seeing things from a new perspective. If one way to do something doesn't work, I would just try to see things from a different perspective or gain a new perspective. We can do this through education, learning from other people, working together with other people, going to your community. If you have people that you trust in your life, asking them questions, list goes on and on. If you can't do it on your own, which is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with getting a new perspective from other people, right? You have the Sun card, and so I feel that there could be a lot of happiness coming in for you. It's clear to me that you need to move towards the sun, towards your vision, which we talked about here, but you also have the Queen of Wands. She has the sunflower. The sunflower on the Queen of Wands points towards the sun. So she is moving towards her joy, happiness, things that make her feel those feelings. And, plain and simple, I've been telling everyone to do this like lately. With the Fool card, you have the Authority card. I feel like you are gaining some sort of authority, or you will be gaining some sort of authority in your life. I'm pretty sure in your last reading we talked about this. If you're trying to become an authority figure, if you're trying to become well-known, or if you're trying to do something important in your life, it looks to me like you are, or you will be. With the Hangman, you have this Exaltation card. Yeah, there are blessings coming in for you. This card kind of says that the universe wants to bless you. The universe wants to shower you with blessings, and I feel for you to get those blessings, all you have to do is see things from a new perspective. Like I said, with this Hangman energy, you have a ton of Taurus energy in this reading as well. So, definitely could be a Taurus coming in for you. Again, it doesn't have to be, but, just something I'm noticing here. You have a lot of Capricorn energy here as well. So, it could just be an earth sign in general. With the Sun, what do you know? You have this drama card, Leo, right? And so that's really funny. It's funny that I was talking about the Strength card, and you don't have the Strength card here, right? Yeah, no. You don't have the Strength card here, but you have the Sun, Leo. You have this drama card, which is Mercury and Leo. I feel that for a lot of you, there is something here about you kind of like mixing together your ego, or using your ego in a healthy way, or something like that. I don't even know what the hell that's talking about. Like, I honestly don't know why that message is coming up. Don't shoot the messenger, but it's popping into my head that, I feel like it's saying, like, sometimes we have to be a monster, right? Especially like if you're trying to defend your family, or, something like that, right? There are moments where our ego can save our lives or whatever, right? So, why the hell is this important? I don't know. I don't know why that's popping into my head here, Aries, but, I feel like you need to use it, but also tame it, right? There's that quote, it's better to be, a warrior in the garden than it is to be a gardener in the war, right? So I'm not saying that there's anything crazy happening, although I think there is, but that's neither here nor there. But anyway, what I would say is I kind of feel like this is about taming something that, is going to be very useful for you. It kind of feels like something, it's going to be useful in your passions, like in things that you're passionate about, or some sort of passion that you could be working on here. Next, in the area of what the good stuff, you have this embracing card and you have this action card. I literally feel you are embracing actions that you could be taking because you have the Three of Wands. Normally, the Three of Wands to me is kind of a, I would call it like a coin flip card, right? Where when it comes up, either the person I'm reading for is or isn't going to take action. And it's kind of like, more of a coin flip. But, coming up in the area of the good stuff, I would say that the Three of Wands is saying that you are going to be taking a leap of faith. The reason he needs to take a leap of faith is because there are these three boats, these three ships out in the harbor. And, a lot of people read Three of Wands as your ships coming in, which it totally can represent. But those ships are going out. They are pointing out of the harbor. They are going on an adventure. Maybe he needs to go on an adventure. He needs to go explore the world, And, the whole point of this card is that he's looking at that water. It's golden in color, so it looks like the desert, and he thinks that he's looking at nothing. He thinks he's looking at the desert, but when he looks closer, he sees those ships. So, and the ships kind of represent, sorry, my alarm's going off, but whatever. He thinks that he's looking at nothingness, right? But there's an opportunity in something where he doesn't feel like there's an opportunity. So, do you need to gain a perspective? Like, are you looking for resources to do something, right? We kind of said this at the beginning of the reading. It's almost like you're looking for resources to do something with your life. You're looking at something where you don't think there are resources, but there actually are. That's what the Three of Wands says. You have the Lovers. For some of you, it could be love. That is like opening up your worldview or opening up these opportunities. So if you are getting into a connection, this person could help you see resources that you didn't know you had, right? So this could be a good thing. Of course, there is an element of enlightenment in this reading. Sun, Hangman. Hangman, his head is glowing. He has sacrificed movement he sacrificed the movement of his arms and his legs so he can gain enlightenment. It's funny that I can't move my neck basically right now. And I'm like, it's like I can't move. So I don't know. There's something about that for you here, Aries. And, again, I kind of feel there could be a person that's bringing you enlightenment. Doesn't even have to be love. This could just be anything. This is your higher self angel up here, and he's trying to guide you onto a new path, right? The higher self angel. Lovers was traditionally about being at a crossroads, so you could just be gaining enlightenment. And you have the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is about moving towards your desires. I also feel like you're very attractive at this time, so definitely time to get moving. This is a very deep reading. This is probably one of the most powerful readings I've done for you in a while. No clickbait, right? With the Three of Wands, you have this friendship card. So I feel like it's time for you to take some sort of leap of faith in your life with the friendship card. And this could be to make friends with a person who you're interested in. So it's like you could be starting as friends. A lot of people have had this as well. So if you are looking for love, there definitely could be a person where you're starting as friends and then you kind of develop from there. So I definitely feel that. With the Lovers, you have this choices card. Are you kidding? We just talked about having a decision to make. Something is being divinely guided. You will clearly make the right decision. It's coming up in the area of the good stuff. But, I just feel that there's a little bit of that, confidence thing, right? Where you need to be confident that you're moving in the right direction. It's like the universe isn't just going to give you something. I feel like you have to take the steps is kind of what that's saying. With the Queen of Wands, you have this eccentricity card. Yeah, you definitely could be attracting something or a person who's different than your usual type. I feel like a lot of people are right now. And sorry, I can't look down, which is ridiculous. But I feel like a 94-year-old man at the moment. I basically am. You have this Forest card. It says muddled, unclear thinking. So I feel for a lot of you that clarity is clearly going to be very important. I think that if we just stay focused on doing what we can with what we got, we'll be successful. I think it's when we start worrying about what's going on in the world. There's a lot of chaos coming to the world. I've been talking about this since like 2016 at least. That these years from basically now till 2033, there will be a lot of chaos and things going on, and we need to stay focused on love and light and all that other stuff. And, that's what I would do. And I would also focus on building something with that Pisces card in your life, something that brings more love and light to the world. You have this dog barking. It says advice from a friend. Again, it might not be a lover. It could just be a friend or someone who's close to you that really enlightens you to an opportunity or some sort of change that you could be making into your life. You have this tree card. It says affairs with your family. Every single person has been getting something like this. It really wouldn't surprise me if some of you were moving. By the way, if you're moving, it wouldn't surprise me if you're moving closer to family just based off your astrology. So it's like if you are one of those Aries that, a few years ago moved away from family. It wouldn't be surprising to me that you are moving back. And, there you go. I don't know what to say there. For others, again, you could just be spending time with family. You have this September card and you have this year card that says good news. Yeah. So, if you've been waiting for something since the month of September, there clearly could be good news coming in for you at this time. It kind of like strikes me as some sort of approval or something like that. Again, your opposite sign, Libra. It also had something about like approval or getting approved or something, so that's definitely a possibility. You have this rat card that says someone working against you behind your back. Everyone has had these drama cards like this. I tell people ignore it. We had Mars retrograde and Gemini. Whenever we have these Mars retrograde years, I always tell people, like, to me, as far as I'm concerned, the whole entire year, you should avoid drama. And we kind of got screwed because this Mars retrograde overlapped 2 years, last year and this year. And so I always tell people, like, the whole entire year, I would just avoid drama, gossip, and really there's nothing you need to do other than ignore it, plain and simple. But this is a deep reading. Again, probably the most powerful reading I've done for you in a while. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.